everyone, welcome back to That Girl's Corner.
So today's topic, we want to address like the youth and the youth really, because you know we have younger folks than us that are also subscribed, so we want to make sure that we're meeting everybody's needs. And the topic is more around like bullying and peer pressure amongst like young people. But you know what? Sometimes adults also do have peer pressure. But we really want to target young people around bullying and peer pressure. So
yeah, that's a good thing. And we're going into this by talking about because school started. And that's one thing we should talk about, especially we Africans, because from my perspective, what I've come to notice is a lot of Africans, young youth, when you're growing up, when you get to school, you try so hard to fit in with everyone else that you forget your friends. Example, let's say those that go to church. So I go to church with my sister here, and then we go to school. I see her on Monday, and then I start pretending like I don't know her, only because maybe the way she dressed, the way she talked, and we do that in particular based on the way we speak. I could be wrong, but yes, I could be wrong, but you think that person's African accent is more thicker than yours, and because of that, you don't want people in school to know you're associated with them. But be careful. We're all the same people. We're all the same group, and as we that have grown up now, we've noticed it doesn't help you in the long run. That's the thing. It doesn't. So just be careful.
So in that case where you're seeing somebody you know, and then sometimes you turn to be like a low-key bully yourself, where the people are like torturing the other person. Instead of you speaking up, you fall under the pressure, and then you just want to do it this way. And it's a way of, let me say, this society has a way of making us feel less than. So this is what I always say. There's the white folks, the, you know, Asian group, and then there's like, you know, Latinx, and then there's the black people, and then there's the African people. Like we're always below the belt for whatever reason, and us feeling less than. So sometimes even young people, we feel like you don't want to associate yourself with the African culture. And this is one thing I keep telling every teenager I see today. I'm like, today you don't want to associate yourself with the culture. You will go to college, especially if you're in high school. You will go to college, and then you instantly regret not associating yourself with the culture. It's like you wish you spoke the language or understood it to a certain degree. You wish you ate more of the meals that you know, because the people that are coming to college, let me tell you, they don't care. People come and they're just like,
everyone is from different walks of life.
Right. And then you grow up and you notice like, wow, I can't believe I let go of who I am or who I'm supposed to be, all in the name of like you wanted to fit in. And just like because some people are drinking, you want to drink, some people are smoking, you want to smoke. Like it doesn't do anything for you. And then you end up carrying this negative thing around you, and then also treating other people like that, like somebody saying African booty scratcher or whatever. Then you also
enjoy with them.
You feel like I'm not like I'm not one of them.
No, they see you the same. You might be their friends, but remember, deep down,
you're not their friends.
Yes, you're not. They see you the same way they see me, the same way they see your parents, the same way they make fun of.
I came to a realization with a friend of mine. We're just talking, and we're like, you know, it's funny, like all the like maybe not just Africans, but like African Americans tend to do this too. They forget that at the end of the day, me and you look exactly the same. Unless I open my mouth, no one knows. So it's like you hang out with all these people, and you're like, oh, they'll treat me better. I'm sorry, when you go to college, they let you know you don't belong. And if your parents are gonna hire you in your company, you're not gonna be a CEO. You're gonna be an admin. They will let you know you don't fit in with them. And then the sad thing is like, for like the Africans that I've encountered, it's like you find yourself trying so hard to now find your place. Where it's like the place was always there for you. You were always welcome, but because you turned away from it so much and you've said so much negative things, you're almost like embarrassed and shy to own up to the fact that you made a mistake. You know, and the truth is, when you come back, we'll welcome you just like always. You know, no one will hold it against you and stuff like that. But it's really sad. But and I hope like I hope like your youth are able to like speak up for themselves and advocate for themselves, because like I mean, I've been through it. Like, when we came here, I was told, like, go back to your country and stuff like that. And I'm not saying go tell anyone this, but, like, if they tell you go back to your country, you should tell them you came on a plane. They came here like packaged sardines. There's a difference. And I've realized once you say that, there's nothing else they can say to you, because then you made a choice to really come to the country. Do you know what I'm saying? You let them know, like, I didn't come here because it was by force. You know, some of us were living good lives back where we were. And, like, let's be honest, we're all displaced in America. America is a melting pot of people who came from different places. So we are all the same. We were all trying to find something better for ourselves. So as youth, please speak up for yourselves and defend someone else. If you're being bullied, defend them, because you never know when it will be your turn to, like, you know.
There is always a place to defend. You don't have to always speak up if you yourself you are scared or you feel like they will turn upon you, but make sure you do the right thing. The right thing is by going to call an adult. The right thing is by reporting to somebody superior than those kids that you see they are blowing, whether if it's beating verbally, whatever it is. And if life circumstances make you give up on who you are, let's say friends, or because of peer pressure, you have to act up like you're not African, or you don't have accent, or you don't speak like the way other people speak.
Everybody in America
even them themselves,
they have accent. Because somebody in Northern Virginia doesn't speak like the South.
Even from New York. No, and you know, for the Africans, honestly, when you go to a job interview and you're African, actually, in my experience, I've been liked a bit more. If you get what I'm saying.
People want to know your culture, your background.
Because maybe somebody else might put me below the belt. But somebody else, just because I say I'm actually from Ghana, prioritizes me. You get what I'm saying? So you should realize that maybe when you're younger, it's quote unquote embarrassing or something.
But what the thing is, what's embarrassing about it?
No,
I don't know.
Sometimes I don't know why it is embarrassing, but if a peer pressure can make you change, right? It's not even waiting to get to college before you realize that same setting, before you get to high school, that same group, they will be quick to drop you just like that. They will be quick to drop you because you are not there. You are who you are. You are African, and you can't change it no matter what.
Because when we came here in high school, it's like, I think everybody, to us, anyway, we didn't know the difference. So, you know, until later on, I started noticing, okay, you talk to some of this African girls in school, but then when they see the African American girls or something, they don't know you and they act different. And so that's when I started paying attention. Wait, are they different from me? Like, so it took time for me to realize, oh, okay, because of the way we speak, automatically you can tell. And maybe their way of dressing, because our time people used to pull their like, I mean, what their pants with no belts. We always have to wear a belt. Our pants and then they wear the wall. You know, every time they sit down, their buttocks and back. That for me, it was never cute. It's always been ugly. Well, people used to do that, and I'm like, oh, okay, so they can tell who is this, and maybe they are speaking to you now in the cafeteria, but when they go outside, they don't want the other girls to know. I know this person. Meanwhile, in class, I'm way smarter than you.
One thing I like to do now is, like, sometimes, like, I tell people this. I could be talking like a very thick Ghanaian accent, but I could switch. Like, I have my interview voice, I have my white friend's voice, I have my black voice. Like, there's, you know, so I know my place when I get to a certain place. We're so caught up in this society where it's like we don't belong, and if you don't fix it now, it will bother you in your professional life, like, because you will be in limbo. You will just keep going in circles thinking like, oh, like, who am I? Who am I? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Because you were so caught with dismissing yourself as a person. Because I know people, like, you know, people like in professional world, that it's like they tried so hard to not show people like their African side or their black side, and then it's like now you're just like, wait a minute, that's weird. Because see, when somebody see you, whether you like it or not, the first thing you see is you're black and you're African. Like, that's the first thing. You cannot dismiss it. So instead of switching yourself to become one of the bad guys or the bullies in the school in order to fit in, you're hurting somebody. And let me tell you, the person you bullying, do you know what they're gonna be?
They might be your CEO.
Oh, they might be the person sitting in the interview room. When you come and you're supposed to, like, you're going for the job.
Your yes or no can make a difference.
What are you gonna do? Because that person can make you or break you. And then you tell yourself, had I known, if I know, what was the thing? If I know then what I know now, I would have behaved better, or I would have treated this person with much respect, that sort of thing. So we need to be very careful.
We should just learn to love, excuse me, our own. Like sometimes I really admire the Spanish people.
Oh yes.
They won't change their language for you.
No.
For what? For the what? Like in New York, when I came to this country and you be working as a cashier, the person don't understand English. And you go like, learn Spanish. You too. I'm servicing you, but they'll tell you learn Spanish. They don't change for you. And this bullying thing is not only in school.
No.
It's everywhere. Our own people, you can be working with them. And they show attitude and things, and you'll be asking yourself,
seniority, right?
Come on, hello. They can respond.
But this problem wasn't in Ghana. Like, okay, I think it might be, but that's like in Ghana, the only way somebody will bully you is called Lenny. And then they make fun of you, but you know the smart people are always like on point. But that's why we are addressing this to the young African.
I
know your behavior, the way of dressing, like you know. But in American children,
think about it. In Ghana, we are all black. We are all the same. So your intelligence is
outside the bar.
No, we hide this. They were hyper the person.
Because so why? This one. It goes way back into like the way we've been programmed to hate, and I'll bring this up. I know you guys, this might not be in there. We've been programmed to hate our blackness. We've been programmed like actually, oh, your chair is not good enough, your hair is not good, your face is not good, your nose is too white, your eyes is too naked, Oduna is too big, like your hips is too you see. I remember when we came here years ago, people used to be like, oh, your hips are too big and blah blah blah. Today they are paying for it.
I know.
They are paying for the butt. They're paying for the extra food. Some of them wish they are like people are actually overturning their skin so they can be like you. So why
deny it or hate it?
You don't like. God naturally gave it to you. You have to embrace it, because if you don't embrace it,
I want to say this, like for like those of us living here, I think for the youth, especially African youth, I think it's good to also have these open conversations with your parents. It might be difficult because you know our parents tend to shut us down. And I don't think they need to. It's just certain conversations they don't even think is important. But you need to talk to your parents, and also like a lot of African parents need to realize that the concept of I'm raising my child up in America, so I don't want to teach them the language. You're doing your child a great disservice. Actually, you're harming your child more than helping them. No one said speaking a different language. It's a blessing. It's great. You get to you're expanding your culture, and then when the child is 20-something and then they don't want to marry,
they are not teaching some of them.
It's so sad.
Speaking the language.
It's so sad. It's like we need to tell our parents.
Hey,
No.
Oh, it's just because if you look at like Middle Easterns, like Pakistanis, Afghans,
they don't just for nothing.
When the child is born, you they will dress in their Africans are too embarrassed.
One thing I'm afraid that Trafina won't change. She will take it, and if I have to sew it for her, I'll sew it for her. The way she wears our clothes and take pleasure
yes.
You know,
because a lot of kids don't want to. It's like,
yes. And now they think it's
they don't want to respect our culture, but when it becomes fashion, they want to
look at when the movie Wakanda came. If you went to the movie theater, everybody was trying, like everybody was
looking for that.
Do you guys remember the years of the Angelina, as they call it?
You know,
everybody wanted to.
And whether the way it's right or wrong, they still wait, and we don't mind. So, like for me, I think the youth, you should just
be proud.
And if you have Netflix and you've watched 13 Reasons Why, you should remember it's not. It doesn't just happen to people in America as in like, oh, the Americans. Of course, you guys are born here and you're Ghanaian Americans, whatever title you want to give yourself. But remember, it happens to us too. We keep it to ourselves so much. You grow up and then you never know what your life will be. But don't keep too much. Share with someone. Look for that sister in your church or somewhere outside that you call an auntie or whatever, that you can just open up to them. If you have questions, you can even reach out to We The Gang Girls. We will help you. We will help you navigate through this thing because we don't think it's right that Africans are excluded from so many things that nobody says about, but it happens to us too. It happens to us.
Another thing I want to address is like when it comes to the issue of bullying among African parents. When children come to you and they tell you that so person said this to me, insulted me, or when I go to school, these people are like fighting me, or they are laughing at me, and then our parents, sometimes some parents, my parents were not one of those, because if I came home and I told my dad somebody was bullying me, he would either give me a phrase, when you go, tell them this, or like, you know, because I remember my dad was telling us a story about when he was working at the airport, there were these young like kids that would like laugh at him, like they're like, old man, what is he doing there and stuff, and then he said one time they were laughing, he said, if your father was, and I'm going to say to my father's accent, he said, if I was your father, you would not be working here.
Yes.
It's powerful.
Yes.
Meaning that
he's working there so his kids
will be
but if you know where he came from, it's because he came to a new land.
Yes,
and he has to start from
so for you
somewhere. But
as a young man,
when you feel like
as if you have accomplished something, then it's like you don't make any sense. But when children come to parents and say somebody's bullying them, you need to go to the school, take it serious, go to the child's school, ask, who is this person that's bullying my child? I'd like to speak to a counselor. Try to put fear in the kids to a point where they just don't feel like they can comfortably go to their parents to tell them, okay, oh, this person is.
African parents are quick to shut you up, or are quick to dismiss it like it's
sometimes because parents don't speak English. It should be like when they go to the counselor speak big grammar.
For that,
get another person to go.
Trust me.
No, because the same thing happened to them, and then it's like people were fighting the girl in school, and the dad didn't do nothing. My dad was telling the father, no.
Actually, he said if you want.
Yes, if you want.
The dad was scared to go.
Yeah, he said I was scared
to school. You're sitting there,
you need to take action.
Because so they know the child has a parent.
Yeah,
something happens, I will hold you accountable.
Like I say, my children's teachers don't be my best friends because I will be talking to you a lot. Email, text message. Actually, I'll speak that.
I was here when my kid said bullying. First of all, she's very young, so then I asked, what is bullying?
She don't know.
How are they bullying you? And I'm like, what happened? And then she gave me 3 scenarios, and I realized nobody is bullying her. Okay, first of all, when they're all going from whatever lunch break or whatever, she walks slow. So the seniors, everybody keep bumping, bump. And I'm like, no, nobody is bullying you. Walk fast, or you give them start somewhere, let them all go and take your time and walk. And I'm like, if somebody push you, push that same person and go.
That's it.
If you push the person and the person says hit you or something, that is bullying.
Yes, you should report that to a teacher. So it's just the way we are programmed. Like when you feel more it's like unnecessary be shame more
because of Bonia Chose was she when people call her she and they call Otono kwe one mark or culture like Bonibile when we here a child is always wrong. It was near back here
so our parents need to check it, and the children, as young people, we also need to, if you see it and it's wrong, say
and stand up for your friends. Stand up for your friends. Me, I'm that person. It doesn't matter where I am. If I see somebody doing wrong to someone, I've been told, okay, it's not my fight. I shouldn't fight. I will fight. I will speak out, because then my thing is, if I don't speak out and something happens, then now I'm gonna the guilt. Why should I live with the guilt than be okay?
Sometimes the person that's powerless, money are failing. The fact that you took that burden out,
from them,
how much, Because in Kayo, you're little more like when things were going on, I was so excited. Like the people who spoke up, I'm like, the fact that you took the burden away from me, like I'm so grateful, because not having to process the bullying that was going on and then having to deal with how to find a solution to it, but you saying something alone was enough.
I don't even care whether if it's so far as you are doing wrong, you can be my best friend, you can be my father. If it's you, I will talk. If was for stranger, I can walk away. I will still say something. Oh no, no, I will speak. Don't talk to me. I don't care.
I mean, I speak up, but I like to celebrate the environment. Like I will speak if there are certain moments I won't say right then and there. I'll tell an adult. I will never put my life or your life in jeopardy at that moment.
It was because of a tornado. She first of all, how put to handle it. Take control.
Yes. So I think it's good.
It's definitely very necessary.
Our young Africans, speak out for yourself, speak out for your friends, speak out for anyone that you see going through something that they shouldn't. You yourself, you can tell deep down. A human being shouldn't be treated that way. Laughed at in school, whatever they are wearing, their clothes. Yes, just say something.
You should be proud of who you are.
Where you come from, or where your parents came from.
I mean, if you say I'm not from that place, and then you know what I've noticed. This is something Mr. Wasi told us a long time ago. Again, the people who bully folks in school, always laughing at somebody. They are the ones they will see you 10 years later. You are doing something with your life, and then they are not doing anything. Or they're laughing at you, teasing you. In a PE, who used to call me African Buddhist catcher?
We see why I have long hair around.
You see them working at places, and you're like, wow, is this where you ended up? You see. Well, when you were in school, you weren't paying attention.
No, you were not.
Bullying somebody,
So I hope we're able to have more open conversations. And a lot of African parents, those who are watching that are like parents, I hope you take note. And if you have a child, speak to them about it. For the youth, please speak to your parents about it. Don't be scared. I would prefer you to moment interruption, please. Jerry, I would prefer you to please speak to them about it than something happened that you take your own life. Please don't.
No.
Don't let anyone.
That never happens. Hey, if you don't have anybody to talk to, call their guns. We will even follow you to your school.
Yes, we will.
We are sincerely sorry, but
we're gonna end here.
Thank you.
We're gonna end here.
But before we go, please don't forget to like, comment,
subscribe,
and hit the notification bell button.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe. And on that note, the God Girls are out.